Hello students, this brief video is designed to assist you in completing the second library activity that is part of the library sessions. This video will detail the purpose and guide you through the prompts in the activity. First, you will access the link for the activity from your Blackboard page. The link will be in an announcement. Depending on your section, you will be completing a different activity that is specific to either a humanities, psychology, business, or STEM section. This video will be for students enrolled in a STEM section. The link to the activity will redirect you to a library form that you will complete and submit. The activity is being graded as a daily activity grading your assignments. You will have until Sunday, March 26th to complete and submit this activity. This activity is based off the content we completed in modules 3 and 4. It involves identifying an article source from a database specific to a discipline and identifying characteristics of the article to determine if it is scholarly and/or a quantitative or qualitative research-based article. To begin the activity, click the Begin button. When accessing the activity, make sure you put in your name, university email, 1314 section you're enrolled in, and your professor. Enter your email, enter your professor's name, and say this is English 140004. Okay, so the activity is designed in steps and contains screenshots to provide examples for you. I will briefly narrate the activity for you and input some examples of content, and you should also kind of follow along and do this on your own. So the first thing we're going to do is generate a topic and keywords. So for this one, you can enter a topic of your choice. This can be anything. It can be something from a current assignment or maybe something that's just relevant to your interests. So today we're going to be doing the implications of artificial intelligence. When you do this, make sure you do a different example. You don't have to use this one. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to break this down into 2 keywords. So for the implications of artificial intelligence, we will search artificial intelligence and implications. And forget my typing. Rush. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to access the database. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the OLU library, which is library.alusa.edu. We're going to go to the databases button. This pulls up our alphabetical list, S, and then we're going to go to the science and technology section. So from here, if you didn't see this, if you automatically went to the basic search, just go ahead and make sure to click on advanced search. So let's go back to our activity. So once we reach there, we're going to actually conduct a search from here. In the first 2 search boxes, enter one of your keywords. Make sure you use the Boolean and then enter the second keyword, and then we can click the search button. And if you need help with this or you want a visual aid, you can go back to the activity instructional video and take a look at that. So let's go back to the advanced search, and so we're going to do artificial intelligence. We can also just use the drop down. All right, let's go ahead and click search. So just kind of take a look at the results. Right now, you can see that there's 658 results. Take a look at some of the titles: Digital Confucius, Exponential Contingency Explosion. We've got some videos. We've got some different journal articles here. So the next part, so here it says, look at your results screen. It should look similar to what the example is below. How many results did you get? So for this one, remember we got 658 search results, and that'll be right up here at the top. So you can go ahead and enter 658. Next, we're going to filter the results. So the first thing we're going to do is go full text and peer reviewed. So if you go over to your left, we can say scholarly journals, peer reviewed. And we can also limit it by full text. So you can see here we've gone from over 600 to 294. And the titles are changing as well. I also noticed we don't have our videos anymore because we've limited this to just journals and articles. So we go back, fewer results, 294, go to videos, and titles changed, right? Next, we're going to change the dates. So we're going to use the date slider to go from 2013 to 2023. So let's go in here, right beneath the peer review and the full text filter. We're going to slide to the right and go all the way to 213. It's like getting the gas right on the right amount. There we go. And here we've got even fewer results. So we've limited this to about 204 from 294. You can see that the titles have changed just a little bit as well. So we can go in and say what happened to the results, fewer titles. Fewer titles, the titles mostly stayed the same. So next we're going to try to expand our search by using synonyms and keywords within those search results. Now, one of the things to remember is that you can use Boolean operators inside the keyword searches to kind of help you expand or limit those search results. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say, we're going to try machine learning instead of artificial intelligence. And you can see, but the titles are very different, right? Because we're looking for machine learning, not specifically artificial intelligence. So from here, let's go back to the assignment. Let's change it up. Number of titles mostly stayed the same. There were different results. So next, we're going to go ahead and do an example of where we've changed a little bit. So let's say machine learning or artificial intelligence and see what happens. There we go. We moved up to 378, and you can see that the titles are very different, right? Um, Maybe, there we go, right? Some that are very different. Uh, so let's go back to the activity. So next we're going to identify one source that we would like to look here. Don't just pick something randomly, pick something that interests you, and make sure that it does have a PDF option. That'll be important later on in the assignment. So let's take a look at some of these results. And here, considering ethical consideration, identifying ethical considerations for machine learning and healthcare applications. So let's make sure to get the PDF. So we'll click on that. And make sure to download, depending on where you have your download settings. You might either download directly to your downloads or you might see it up here, right? Okay. So let's go back. Next, we're going to look over this article. The first thing we want to do is identify whether or not it reviews and discusses or reports and presents. So let's look at some of these. Let's look at some of this. So identifying ethical considerations for machine learning healthcare applications. There you go. Have breakdowns. Um, disclosure statements, and a statement about funding and references. Okay, so let's go back to, here you go. Does your article review and discuss the topic, or does it report on the question that was posed and different findings? I think we can take a look at this and understand that this is kind of reporting and presenting as well, because we do have some figures, we do have some different sections in here. So let's go ahead and say that it reports and presents. Look at the sections. We do have an abstract and an introduction. They do talk about implications. There is an analysis. Does your table contain tables, images, or graphs? Yes, it does. If your article has tables, graphs, or images, do they contain numerical data being presented on? So let's take a look just to double check. Let's go ahead and increase that. There we go. So these, not necessarily numerical, but maybe just kind of presenting some information here. So let's say no. All right. So this is telling you that your article is most likely qualitative in nature. And how can you tell if the article you retrieved is quantitative or qualitative? Up here, it'll kind of give you some information, and we can say that it presents, it reports and presents. But it not. Say that instead. And let's see, how might the article you retrieve be useful in writing a paper? Does it provide evidence that could support your argument? Yes, I think it does. It presents implications of AI on the issue of health that it can use. So next, we're going to go ahead and upload that PDF. So you can just choose a file to upload. Let's go to our downloads, and then we can click here and then open it up. And it'll let you know that it's here. So thank you for your hard work. This is the end of the module. You can provide some feedback for us in this final section. We can click review. So make sure that you've entered in all this information. Once you think you've hit all of the required things, we can click submit. And then make sure you email a copy of this to yourself. That way, if there's any problems, you can present this and let us know that you did finish it. So once you click continue, this will result to an assessment form. So go ahead and fill in the class assessment if you'd like to. And once you do that, you click submit and you will be done with the session activity. Just a reminder, this will be due on Sunday, March the 26th. Anything after that will be considered late, and it will not get a full grade. We'll get a late grade, but you have some time to finish. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you. Thank you very much for attending this video and for completing the library activity, and we hope you have a great day.